if I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do.
Go on, you can do it. I believe.
Spit it up.
Good job. You proud of the bit? I hope you're proud of the bit.
Man,
I'm proud of the bit.
I forgot the rest of the song suddenly, despite the fact that I only played it like 5 minutes ago.
Rest in pepperonis, my entire ability to function on a neurological level.
Please shut up, Kermit. No green people allowed.
I just realized I'm Kermit E. Frog, a green frog, drinking tea, but specifically peppermint tea, which is green.
No green people
But
allowed.
that's none of my business.
Racist.
No green people allowed. No green. Hey, I'll wear that badge.
Is that a threat?
And I'll give Kermit a Pacific one too. It'll be a yellow star.
Whoa!
Oh boy, that's terrible. That's
It's
terrible.
great, I love it, thanks.
That's terrible. Welcome back, everyone. How are we doing?
We're doing.
We're only making racist epithets.
Yeah, I'm gonna get demonetized. It's gonna be fine, Mom.
We were monetized?
No. I just ruined all my chances of being monetized, Mo. Whoa.
So anyways, we're sponsored by Squarespace.
Play Raid Shadow Legends.
Oh my god, that's actually really fucking good. Sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, the newest in mobile gaming, even though it's a copy and paste of every other mobile game, with stunning new graphics.
Have you guys heard of NordVPN?
What about Dollar Shave Club?
Dollar Shave Club. Oh yeah.
This week's episode is sponsored by Loot Crate.
Audible.
Look up Honey for your. It's a free extension for your browser. How many sponsors can we fit in one video? The video.
I would like to disclaim that we're not sponsored by,
By
any
anyone.
by any of these aforementioned companies.
Unfortunately.
Is it better to be
but
feared than loved? I don't know, but read The Prince. Read The Prince by Niccolo Machiavelli, or listen to it on Audible. Audible. Use our free promo code in the description to get 20% off.
Have you heard of Crunchyroll? Get my free code. Description below.
Haven't you heard of their new service, Verve?
Oh my god.
This week, proudly brought to you by Rooster Teeth Animations.
When I go online shopping, I want to get the best deal possible. Try Honey. Honey is great. It automatically looks up all the coupons. This episode of The 8 Scribes has been sponsored by Honey.
Ever since I downloaded Raid Shadow Legends, I got free bitches. I found $500 in the ground and I passed my mask.
So go to our website at wix.com.
Oh boy. Alright, so we scared all the freaking advertisements and investors away. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually,
That's how you make money.
to them.
Now we're just gonna
I
get
thought
like.
we were pandering to them.
Oh boy. Now we can only get the bad sponsors, like heroin. Not good now, not good then.
I don't know. Heroin pays pretty well. No, man. I think that's the biggest sponsorship you can have.
My god. Oh boy, we're gonna get documentary sponsors now. Please try out our new channel, Magellan. It has over 120 history documentaries, such as The King, following the life of Henry VIII. My
So
personal
anyway, we're
favorite.
partnering with Machinima.
Oh my god.
Sell yourself for 2 years.
Oh my god. We've gotten so desperate, we're now sponsored by EA. EA, we're sorry. Not sorry.
We're sorry. Now buy our loot boxes. It's
We're
surprise
sorry.
mechanics.
You'll do it again. God, I'll do it again.
Disney, sponsored by Disney Plus. We have Captain
Oh my
Marvel.
God.
We have Captain Marvel in the new Star Wars movies. Pay $4.99 for it.
We're not a monopoly.
It's good for business.
Disney. We're not a monopoly.
Dude, have you seen all the Disney Plus like memes?
Ads everywhere.
Yeah.
No, not ads. So you know Netflix and chill, right?
Yeah.
Now it's Disney Plus this dick.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh boy. This is a fantastic way to start off an episode.
Yeah.
This was
Wouldn't
five.
want it
This
anyway.
was
You'll
nearly.
love to see it.
This was nearly 6 minutes of banter. This is pretty good.
You'll love to see it.
Well,
Right on schedule, I see.
Yeah.
about
All right.
average.
Wait, what's the next part of the script?
Alright.
Turn
hold on.
page.
I think I saved it in my Google Drive.
Or it's the next part of the text. Turn
Oh, I
page.
deleted
We'll
that.
be we'll be starting a Doom campaign on our. We're gonna do a walkthrough of Doom. I'm getting
Gonna
ready.
do a playthrough of Doom Eternal.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. When it comes out, we're gonna do the normal Doom in response to it.
We're just gonna do the normal Doom.
Yeah. Join me and Scott for Indie Bargain Barrel. We look at indie games. We're gonna do Dice Attack. It's pretty fun, and totally accurate battle simulator. That's gonna be great. On the art
And then
stream we
after
don't
that,
have.
We're going all the way back.
Grace
to
will be
Max
painting cats and
Survival.
snails because fuck it, you paid for it.
Wait, what?
You're gonna be yeah. We have an art stream now, and you're gonna be painting cats and snails because that's what people want.
I love snails.
You-
That's
well-
what I want. Okay.
Wait, you're getting paid to do this?
Yeah.
Wait, you guys are getting paid?
Hold on. What a joke, right?
Oh my
Oh
god.
man, it's for it's. What do you mean? It's for publicity.
So not as good as my 10 minutes of Kirby lore.
Join,
You don't know?
join Josh.
No.
Join Josh on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch.
No, in the last session, I just, like, for 10 minutes, I just started talking about Kirby lore.
That's beautiful. I'm proud
Dude.
of you.
Imagine if we could actually schedule this on a regular basis.
Oh man, dude, I wouldn't even bother going to college. I'd be a Twitch
Yeah.
streamer, dude. My parents would be
money.
disappointed like they are now, so it wouldn't matter.
Can you disappoint
It's a
them even
lose-lose.
more?
It's a
Honestly,
lose-
depending on how big you get on Twitch, it might honestly be better. Just go to Twitch and then just, like, go to college later.
afterwards, yeah.
Depending on what
Now
career
I'm a
you're
lawyer.
choosing.
Yeah.
Like, there was, like, one guy who got, like, really popular just because of, like, you know, just explosion, pretty much. Like, explosion of, like, popularity. And he's
Yeah.
just like, of course I dropped out of college. I was an English major. I'm not gonna make any money.
What if you major in English?
I mean, you gotta be an English teacher somehow.
Yeah.
But, you know, teachers don't get paid jack, so, you know. Let's move on from real life problems to fantasy problems. We're back after.
teacher.
Yeah, we're back.
And
And
I don't
we
get
also are
paid.
missing one person who didn't fucking show up. I'm
Well,
gonna call him out. Fuck him.
Bro.
We've been on what? I haven't even released the episodes
wait.
yet because of art, but
It's been an hour.
yeah.
Still not here.
So I haven't really even released the episodes at this point, but we've been on like a 5-week hiatus, more than that.
Well,
It's been a while.
Five
5 week.
5 weeks.
It's been like 5 years.
Yeah, five
So
5
I've
years.
got kids now.
Yeah, I'm married, and yeah, it's been great.
2024.
God, you have kids?
2024.
Where's your wife? No,
I'm-
I got cloned.
I'm still a weeb.
Fundamentally, I am still a terrible person. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm
So
just
anyways,
like-
I started blasting.
So anyways, I started blasting.
Just to recap, we have Jane Cassir, our 10-year-old rogue assassin, played by Josh.
Yeah.
Beta tested Josh from now on.
Yeah.
We'll figure that out later. We'll explain why later. Now we have Tobias Southwater's Half-Orc Eldritch Knight fighter. That's a mouthful. Played by Scott. And we have Damien, the Succubus Bard. Played by Grace.
Hello.
Played by
I
Horse
see.
Lady. Sorry.
Oh,
Horse lady.
oh, no,
Horse lady.
Brandon,
What's up?
Brandon, you
What?
have to introduce her as the body bard.
The bloody,
No, not bloody. Body.
bloody, bloody.
B-A-U-D-Y.
Bloody, bloody.
Everybody remembers that term from the olden days. When we
Yeah.
used the term bloody.
Also, what happened to Scott's other character?
He got shot.
Shut up. Okay, we God, it's a fresh
Horse.
wound.
He got
Horse.
shot by the mountainside.
Took him out back.
Alrighty. So,
Put him down like a lame horse.
grind him up into dog,
Also, no, we don't talk about horse.
and
Make
we
him into
grind him into dog food. That's the only useful thing.
Job, I don't think about it.
So the group has so far traveled dozens of miles and crossed one of the most dangerous deserts on the continent. So congrats.
Okay.
So after meeting their guide, Gil, the group went to the bazaar, where Damien pimped herself out and made some decent money. And the group also bought an
I
alchemy
remember
jug.
that happened.
Yeah, you pimped yourself out, Grace. You made some decent
Do
cash.
you have any shame?
No,
No.
no.
I think the answer is no.
Yeah,
Are we
no.
losing Grace? Oh no.
Oh,
Oh.
hi.
Oh, jeez. We were just saying. Do you remember when you pimped out your character Damien on the first episode? And you
Pimped out. Well, yeah.
got
I'm my own daddy. It's all good. Yes, I do.
the group met the most powerful. They survived the Night of Terrors with Gil, and the group also met the most powerful deity in all the universe, Grammy the Master Cook.
Yeah.
she's a cross campaign.
You mean multiverse, correct?
Yeah. What?
The most powerful character in all the multiverse.
Yeah, I said all the universes. So I mean,
That
every
might
single
cover
one of them. They traveled to the desert city of Creek, where New York accent bodyguard said you couldn't go into a library, which was pretty funny. Not a
it.
library, but like a
It's
shop
the
or
bloody
whatever.
board over there.
So yeah, the desert creek is full of scheming merchants, violent gangs, and powerful oligarchs, and you guys survived. I'm proud of you.
Woo!
Why?
Well, most of us.
Most of us. You guys, you had given your first task was to go to Mount Shining. Gil and Tobias fell and nearly killed themselves, which is great. That was
As
fun.
you do.
And they all of you nearly died, except for Jan and Damien, I believe. Nearly died with fighting illusions and potted plants, which was pretty good.
Look,
Crack is
okay.
whack.
You guys
small.
were captured by the militia force, I guess you could call it, of Lady Saraline.
Oh no, I figured that they're actually, hired mercenaries.
Mercenaries, trained bodyguards, I don't fucking know. And I'm God.
whatever.
Saraline's more powerful than me. Lore. A
Wait,
powerful.
but you're the DM.
Yeah, I know. My creations are too powerful for me.
Detroit become creation.
No. So they Saraline has so far held the group's most prized possession, a mummified hand of one of the 8 scribes, which cast invisibility and see invisibility at the same time. So
Wow.
she currently has that hold of you guys. She demands that you guys go.
She has a hand on it.
Shut it.
Guys, new rule: don't laugh at bad jokes. That's the only way she's gonna learn.
No, no, because we.
Can you not tell how bad that much of a force to laugh?
Don't.
Cringe at it. If you cringe at it, it'll make me even more powerful. So just keep that in mind.
Oof. Cringe.
So I'm gonna make the cringe fake laugh.
With each cringe, I grow stronger.
Cringe me now, and I shall only get stronger.
Cringe me, father,
so-
for I offend.
So the group, in exchange for getting their hand back and not being executed by Saraline, she asked them to do a simple task of blowing up a mountainside. Usual D&D task.
One of the mill stuff.
Run of the mill. The group fights Death Knight, Maya nearly dies. Who else nearly dies?
I
But-
got pretty close.
Yeah, Tobias was really close.
Wasn't I just like away from the entire thing with?
Sort of, yeah. But
Yeah.
you did your damage. I remember exclusively that the Death Knight's sword broke. That was great.
Oh yeah. Oh
if
yeah.
he
then he
did not,
Oh yeah.
if he
Split
kept his
Anyway,
sword,
I
he would've-
started punching.
They killed a watered down Death Knight. So, ba-da-da-da-da-da. The group, after the fight, the group placed the black outer explosive given to them down, lit it on fire, and sadly, best boy, best companion,
The
Through no
beautiful-
fault.
The beautifulest boy.
through no fault of the dice at all, not even the tiniest fault in me at all either, he sadly plummeted to his death, and blew up with a mountain, and yeah, he
F in
did.
the chat for him. We love
Yeah, he dead.
He did. I will put F in chat for my
I
lad.
think I built him a gravesite. Was it? Is that what
I believe you did. I'll take your word for it if you didn't.
I did? Thanks.
Before that, however, Jan was basically kidnapped by Maya, older sister Maya, big sister Mai, and
Yep.
taken back to Creek. Gil was dumb. He had
Take it
advantage
back
on
to the
like.
whorehouse. Haha.
Uh,
Oh, I see a bright future in you, kid.
I mean, she's murdered 2 Yetis. She's cut the Achilles tendons of multiple
Yeah.
people and
Yeah,
stabbed
like,
a bunch
honestly, if anybody is gonna survive in that game, it's you.
of. Who's gonna
She
need?
almost died against the Death Knight.
Yeah, that's fair.
Call it a hostile work environment if you want.
Yeah, who's gonna need therapy session? It's probably gonna be Jan. She hasn't technically even hit puberty yet. She's fucked up.
Yeah.
Real fucked up. Gil failed to spot Maya taking freaking Jan away. I gave him advantage too because he's a dingus. The group faced
You had one job.
one job. The group faced a couple of bandinos, killed them, and now the group of currently Tobias, Damien, and Gil are making their way back to Creek. You guys, for the sake of purposes, you guys are right next to this newly filled canal of water that you guys have freshly supplied. And we can start this all off by rolling me a good old-fashioned perception check, except for Jan. Because Jan, you're not here. Actually, Jan, you can roll me a perception check as well. Everyone, give me a perception.
Yeah.
All right. Good perception.
The best roll.
A nice.
Quickly reteach myself how this
Heck
thing is.
yeah.
Info?
Mhm.
Oh, yes.
Mhm. That's pretty good. Yep. Mhm. Yep. Mhm. Yeah.
No.
This is good. Yep. Yeah.
Thing is loading because the Wi-Fi is down. Give me a second.
Okay.
There
Good.
we go.
Yeah. All right. I believe in you. Yeah. I believe. Yeah. You can do it. Yeah.
Yep.
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 Mhm.
Do I need to say it? Yep.
Yeah.
Again. Yep.
Yep. Also, a new feature now, from this episode forward, I will leave in the Discord episode names, so you guys, based on what happened, can leave some episode names. Our
leave
secondary campaign for Expedition 12, they've got some good ones in there.
We've got some pretty great ones.
Yeah, so the Pyre.
Yeah, I know the N word. Nuggets.
How do you miss up tendies?
Did it? Look. Okay.
I love how you came back with that.
I would like this episode, the return of the mac and cheese. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
The return of the cheese.
The return of the mac. Oh god, no, that's actually really bad. Return of the
I'll
mac.
banish you to the Shadow Realm, Yuki.
Oh yeah. There we go. Look at that. Grace can do things. Alrighty, so
Yes, I can.
Look at you.
I'm going to roll for Gal. Gal does a really good job. So Tobias and
Yeah.
Gil, you've now had you've had like a day to process everything now after, blowing up a mountain. That from that explosion,
Show you the power of this explosive. I
oh,
blew up this mountain.
you,
Wow.
after processing
That's a
and
lot of
getting
damage.
closer to the city, notice that a good sizable district of Crete would have taken massive water damage.
That's a lot of damage.
It's a lot of water. A lot of water everywhere.
Wow.
Sadly, Damien, with your 2, that's no good. That's
I don't know where I am. I've
that-
forgotten my name.
That's no good.
I'm sober.
Jan,
I'm not sober.
you've been hearing, since Maya's not letting you out of the freaking complex that is Cerulean's
Compound.
powers. Complex. It's more advanced than that. It's not letting you out of the compound, but you can hear a lot of news. Even one day they kind of even throw like a bit of like a celebration, like the entire complex. Like just
I'm sad I missed that.
yeah, there's it's not a major thing yet. It's just a lot of wine. People are happy. Like ordinary, like even the slaves are like, haha, we got him. Have that
Oh,
got him
yeah.
attitude.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Soldiers are drinking a bit more out of like just joy, and
Soldiers
you,
are drinking because that's all the military ever does.
of course,
Probably them.
and you're hearing through the grapevines that many people have been displaced. A lot of people have drowned. There's a lot of buildings have been destroyed from this one
And we're
giant
laughing 'cause
splash.
of it.
People seem
Not
to be
my
in.
fault, no, sorry.
People are enjoying other people's misery. Some people
Yeah.
even call that sadist, maybe. So, do you guys want to do anything in particular before we move on? real quick?
Mourn the loss of a dear
Can
friend.
I?
Yes, you can do something. Yes. My voice is going to hurt, so voice acting is not going to be my greatest thing.
Crack.
Yeah, my voice hurts, so voice acting, maybe not this episode, but I can only promise that
Not
I
today.
will try. Does anyone, Jan, do you want to do anything in particular now that you're here alone with Sister Maya, Big Sis, and you have an entire complex to do whatever, sort of? Yeah.
Can I go to the weapon thing? Get cool daggers?
How much money you got on you?
I got 50 gold pieces.
You got 50 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Let me see here.
What can 50 gold pieces buy me around these parts?
An entire succubus prostitute. That's what. Wasn't that like the price?
Wait, no, we're not talking about you.
Hey, you get out of here and talking about you.
Elvis is leaving the building.
Yeah, he should.
Gertie, I've made a mistake. Okay, perhaps not. We'll see. Stab. Stab.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of something cool.
My apologies. I was just
Make banter.
No.
Make
Okay, so
banter.
Kirby is
Not
essentially an
more.
eldritch god if he was summoned by only using positive energy.
Go
So
on.
then I said, what about Kirby?
What about Kirby lore? Me explaining the intricacies of Kirby lore, the cashier at Walmart.
Oh boy.
Someone actually make that a meme, please. Thank you.
I mean, I can.
Do it right now.
Do it.
Okay.
I have the power.
It's so beautiful and niche.
Do-do-do-do.
I should drink some more water.
Don't you dare hydrate.
Bro, is that a hydration? Alright, you know what the law says about that, alright? We could get in trouble. I've got so many potions, and none of the fortitude things.
I don't know where my items are. They're in some random phone notes thing.
You should.
Find it?
Yeah.
I think I
Maybe
But-
you should. Maybe.
Perhaps.
perhaps.
That's pretty good.
Alrighty, there we go. There's my list of stuff. Let's see.
Bro. So many mummified corpses on this level.
Alrighty, so
And you'll see a
wonderful
world of
imagination. You see a dagger with a black and gold hilt
Ooh,
on it.
shiny.
And you walk up to the
So,
blacksmith and
like,
you
what up?
ask him for it, and he's like, "Are you an enlisted soldier?"
Yes.
Roll deception check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
You're a kid.
That really shouldn't be as funny as it is, and yet it is. What a world we live in.
Yeah.
Is there even a fucking point to me rolling? 19.
Plus 8.
I fucking can't. I fucking
Yeah, we defeated Death Knight.
I don't even know how to fucking. All right. He's like, alrighty then. So
Not my fucking job.
He's
I've
blind.
been paid enough to care.
man,
Hey,
these
call me
so-
the blind blacksmith.
You just get paid enough to care.
man, these soldiers keep getting shorter and younger every day. He's like, well, it's normally 100 golds, but because you're a soldier, it's 80. 80 gold, please.
Shit, I only have 50.
Roll me an intelligence check real quick.
Intelligence check?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Just
me-
flat intel.
Oh, just flat, like, save? Wait, no, like,
No,
not
yeah,
save.
just flat intelligence. Just click on intelligence.
Oh, just intelligence?
yeah.
Okay.
You have an inn. You have someone special that knows how to boss people around in this area,
Oh, okay.
and she may be able to help you out because she also likes daggers.
Okay. I'm gonna go to my new best friend, and I'm gonna ask to help me get this dagger.
All right, Maya's like, what do you want?
I saw this cool dagger.
Oh, okay. Do you have enough money for it?
No, it costs 80. I only have 50.
No. Well, roll a persuasion check with advantage, as you
Okay,
give her. I'm
persuasion.
assuming, or sorry,
Oh wait. Oh.
Give her the money.
either performance with advantage or persuasion with advantage. I will let you re-roll whichever one you want.
Well, I got a 25. With
Alrighty,
advantage,
so 25. She's like, aw. Well, let me see what I can do. And she's gonna walk over back to the blacksmith with you, and you kind of immediately like, oh shit, nah, I'm not down for this, fam. She's like, there's a dagger.
No joy.
Yeah, he kind of like, ah, shit, no.
Oh no.
Maya's like, alrighty now. Dagger is. You say she kind of like picks up the dagger, like, oh, this is a pretty good piece of work. Yeah, I made it myself. It does an extra 1 d4 poison damage. And it does an extra.
What do you mean, per
It does a little extra poison damage.
Poisson. Wait, no, that's fish. My bad.
I know. Got him.
French joke.
Fish damage.
Fishy damage.
Just a fish comes out of nowhere and smacks him upside the head.
Magic
It's like the salmon cannon, you know?
Magic card.
Salmon cannon.
Magikarp. Yeah, that's pretty good. And it's like, yeah, it's a really good blade, but I don't think it's worth 80. Well, like, it's really hard, to make it in this type of economy. People always dying and whatnot. I gotta survive. I think it's. Hey, Jan, do you think this dagger's worth 50?
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth 80. That's a bit much. I mean, poison damage. I mean, when are you ever gonna use that? It's not like you can. I mean, it's a 10-year-old girl when she's gonna assassinate people, right? She would never. This is simply a weapon for self-defense. You're gonna charge 80. Or
What's come of this economy?
Yeah, I mean, why would you use? I mean, if you're just gonna kill someone, you might as well just keep stabbing them. What's the point of the poison?
Yeah, I know, right? She's probably gonna. It's a 10-year-old girl. She's probably gonna make it into like a necklace or something. Isn't that right, Gian?
Yeah.
He's like, 50. I'll take it.
Yay.
You give him 50, and Maya hands you the dagger. There you go.
Yay.
And
I'm
she
good.
also reaches into her pocket and hands you 20 gold.
Aw.
Just a little recovery there, and kind of winks.
Thanks, big sis Maya. I'll give her a hug.
Aww. Well, I'm gonna go order people around. If you want dinner, I'll be at the dining hall in 30 minutes.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna name it Maya.
Oh shit! It does normal dagger damage plus 1d4 poison.
Okay, so attack, dex, let's see, damage 1d4.
No, it does 1d6 plus 1d4.
Oh, 1d6 plus 1d4. Okay.
A 1d6
then-
dagger?
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. 1d4 plus 1d4. So it's 2d4.
Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you.
Let me ruin your dagger.
Nah, it's fine. It's still really good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hold on,
So 2d4.
D4. Okay, so damage 1d4 plus. Wait,
One.
yeah, plus dex plus 1d4? Or.
Basically, everything is 2d4. Yes.
Okay.
So like, roll it real quick for me.
Hold on, give me 1 moment.
Alrighty, roll
I
damage.
think that's right.
Yeah, roll damage. So when I hover over it, when you hover over it, it says 3 plus 4. So 3 piercing damage, 4 poison damage. That's how
Okay.
we're gonna take care of that instead of rolling each individual freaking 1d4. Alrighty, so you have freaking poison damage, dagger. Jeez.
Or should I just do like 2 damages? I'm guessing.
What?
Cause there's like 2 different. There's damage 1, damage 2. So
I mean,
should I just put it?
Oh yeah, you can do that. So 1d4 and 1d4.
So I can say it's poison
Yeah, 1d4 and 1d4.
and poison. Yay! Okay.
Alrighty.
I got a cool knife.
And
I've got a
Make
knife.
sure it works out. And
oh,
then
jeez.
I think that's. Yeah, cause then I couldn't get that normally. And then I
Yeah.
also have the cool ability damage as well.
Yeah. Slowly improving your damage. And you also have
Yay.
sneak attack. Dear God, that's gonna be a pain. Rogues.
It's alright, I only have 25 HP.
That doesn't mean jack shit when people first off can't hit you. Is there anything
Doesn't mean
specific?
anything when I'm the one getting hit.
Yeah. Is there anything else anyone wants to do in their current environment?
Look, man, I'm just walking.
Walking.
I don't know. Wait, hold on. I know there's shoes there, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are just walking by the canal. You see a
Is
bunch
me
of people using this new canal to use it. You ship supplies via boats, and you've noticed.
Yo, guys, it's spa episode time.
Oh yeah, we gotta get in the beach episode, boys.
No,
Yeah, no.
no,
Beach
God.
episode.
We gotta spend.
No.
We gotta spend that budget.
not yet. You don't have enough gold.
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. I don't even.
No beach
No
episode.
beach.
Flute in the water?
You can, yeah. Yeah, you can.
Because people are partying, right?
Not in your environment, but you guys have noticed like the shipment of marble coming from the mountains have started up again. People are like riding their boats. There's like a certain section for like basically what would be the equivalent of yachts, of just people
Ooh.
sitting in the middle of the canal and just partying on their boats.
Dude, that's really cool.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying I want to rain on their parade. What?
Yeah, no, I'm like, so, do you want to sink a yacht?
Oh my god.
Me
I mean-
with my
Why?
firebolts. So anyways, I started blasting.
Gil is, if Gil not knowing what a joke is, no, let's not sink a yacht.
Oh, yeah, no, don't worry about that. That's the chaotic demonic impulse. It's voices, you know.
Brandon, I've got a new title.
What? Yeah, I'm a soldier. I'm a soldier. As you guys, So-
roll disadvantage. 27.
that's fucking. So, Damien and Tobias and Gil, as you guys enter the city of Creek, it was poor. A lot of people were poor beforehand, but
Now a lot of people are dead.
a lot of people are.
I call that cleaning up the streets.
Flooded the. Oh my gosh! I didn't know Sarah Lean used Mr. Clean. She's gotten all the guck out of Creek, even in those tight, hard to reach tight spaces. There's a lot more poor people. A lot of people are just wailing and complaining. My house is flooded. My business is destroyed. My cabbage cart.
Not the cabbage cart. No,
My cabbages.
my cabbages.
All of them gone.
Don't you just hate it when your cabbages are cabbages?
Yeah, definitely, man. That's deep. People
Ah,
are,
That's deep.
as you guys enter the gate and make a couple turns to get back to Sarah Lean's place, you notice every once in a, you noticed on, if you were to look at Creek from above, coming down from the south entrance, like the north, western part of the city, there's a lot less buildings. A lot less buildings over there. As that part was really close to the canal and the mountains, so that was great. As countless people are now homeless, a lot of people are dead. They have not gotten a solid death toll, but it says roughly 800 people dead, missing, or missing.
We gotta pump those numbers up.
No, come on, bro.
Look,
I'm walking up the street and I see a bunch of poor people. And anyways, I just started blasting.
So I started blasting.
look, I work in
We
corporate,
have a bunch
man.
dead, right? How wrong would it be to, like, take things and stuff?
I mean, you would have to head to the watered down, nearly destroyed district for that. I mean, that's fully possible.
Watered down. We only drink real beer around here.
Look, man, I work in corporate. 800 dead and missing is not good enough. You need to reach those 2,000, all right? If you want to make it in this business, you need to be hitting the platinum level numbers, all right? This is my pyramid scheme, killing people. For context, please watch John Oliver's video on multi-level businesses. It's great. Alrighty. So if you guys do want to go looting, there will be some guards present, but
Loot and pillage.
I mean,
You're missing your rogue.
Hey,
I mean,
not pillaging. We're just redistributing the wealth.
This is communism.
and as you guys, if you guys are gonna do that, Gil's like, I will wait out of that. Gil's not gonna do that. But if you guys are fully for that, you guys can do it if you want.
You're already criminals. I mean,
I'm already a menace to society. What difference does it make?
I don't want to I don't know. Just if I find something particularly interesting, I'm not gonna grab every single shiny I see. You know.
Gotcha.
I'm just gonna look. All right. If there's something interesting, then maybe I'll go.
So Gil said he'll be at the city center, and then from there you guys can head to Cerulean. You guys head off to the west-eastern part of Creek, and buildings again are destroyed. Tons of people are displaced. There's still sections of like this foundations have been like watered down, and like buildings have collapsed inwardly because of that. Roll me
Is there
some.
anyone that stands out?
Not really. There's a couple of guards wearing different uniforms than Cerulean, so you can probably assume that they were like the oligarchs who lived in this district's bodyguards. Most of them are wounded. A lot of them are freaking drenched in water, carrying their spears, trying to help each other out. You guys can roll investigations to see if you find anything interessante, as you guys can loot bodies, look into houses.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the man.
Oh, wowzers!
That natural one on the other
And
side. Grace with the +1, me with the +5. I still.
so Scott, because of that low roll, I need you to roll me a stealth check because you stand out just a little bit too much. You're staring at bodies a little too hard.
Look, I didn't get the natural 1 on the normal side. I only got it on the bad side.
I need you.
Unless for some reason you want me to do it anyway.
Because I said so. So do it.
All right.
As you're looking around, because you're also a half-orc, guards are like, "Hey, get away! All right, leave him alone. You've been through enough." And they kind of like They kind of like point their spears at you, not like directly on you, but like, "Come on, get out of here."
Can I start doing orcish funeral rites?
I mean, no orcs are here, and they're like, "No, get out."
No. Can I start Hey, I'm just looking for my orcs friends, my guys. Chill.
Roll a deception check with disadvantage. Orcs normally don't live here. Yeah, they're not buying it. They're like, yeah, orcs live in Creek over here. Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man.
Oh, okay, man. Alright, I'll leave.
Alrighty, so you, Grace.
Ooh.
I gotta roll stuff because that 19 is pretty good.
That's pretty neat.
Pretty good.
that is pretty neat.
Oh goodness.
Okay, so that's a natural 20 on my treasure die. So now to pull out the treasure die for actual goods.
Jeez.
Alrighty, so when you, Grace, to Damien, sorry, are hopping around houses, Tobias provided a decent distraction.
Mm-hmm.
When you went through, yeah, exactly what you meant to do. As you hop house to house, you find. Let me actually roll that. Man, that voice crack. You find 38 pieces of gold,
Ooh.
and as you're going through a house, and you head to some upstairs to a second-story building that hasn't been completely destroyed. The roof is completely removed. A lot of the wallpaper and side buildings have been washed away. But you notice that someone has a little bit of a trunk underneath their bed. And as you pull it out,
What you gonna do with all that junk?
it's about the size of a really small case. I would say about about a average textbook in width.
So, anyways, it was a Glock.
Yeah, about as wide as an average textbook, and you find
I always have that motherfucking fang on me.
you find two pieces of very fine clothing, each about 10 gold each. They have some gold and silk embroidering on it, so that's pretty dope. And you also find another mini case inside, and you open up the case. Two white and blue porcelain bell balls.
Wait, what?
Like bells that are like in the shape of balls, sort of. And when you shake it, it rings.
Oh.
And that's made of like a porcelain-like material. If you want to roll me a history check
Yet.
to see how much that is right off your bat. Holy fuck, that's pretty good. You know, both porcelain bell balls would go for about 100 gold. It's extremely
About
100 gold.
Gold each.
100 gold together. And because of the case,
Okay.
because of like the, I guess the chest and the case, it's prevented a lot of water damage from seeping in. So these are pretty mint condition. So together, you can probably get 100 gold for it.
All right. There's nothing special about them.
When you ring them, they make a really nice sound. You have
I'm gonna be so annoying with them.
you have a Panda Express. I can hear it. I can hear it moment. It's great. They sound delightful. And that's what you can find. So that's 140 gold worth of looting you did there.
That's a what?
Grace got rich.
That's
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's like
I
140.
didn't even have to use my body this time.
Feminism.
And episode title.
You know, I just
I didn't even have to use my body this time. Hashtag feminism. Oh my God. Just gonna wait for him to finish this.
yeah. Try to There we go.
Brandon, I realized something.
What's
This character does terrible social interactions, but my other character is absolutely just bonkers at them.
freaking chart?
Like,
Holy
I think we should put alternate titles in the description. Like at the bottom of the description.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
all-
Yeah.
All the alternate titles.
That'd be pretty good.
This episode could have been. Wow.
So you guys meet up with back after looting and sharing your discoveries with Tobias.
It's your boy.
It's
Tobai.
Toby.
Okay, so
Tobias.
You guys meet back with Gil, and with Gil, you guys head back to Sarah Lean's palace, where it is.
I'm gonna ring the bell in Gil's ear.
Stop it! Stop it! Leave me alone!
I'm sorry, I'm just so excited. Can I use this for bardic inspiration? Can I become proficient?
Yes, you can. You can use these as an instrument as part of your bard stuff.
Dude, I can just annoy people with it. I'm gonna annoy them to death.
Grace, you should make this the icon for your character and roll 20.
And jet around. And- Alright.
That's what I imagine your character looks like. That's what-
That's literally how I picture her. Oh my god.
Alright, which one of you degenerates likes hand holding?
The lewdest act. Hand holding.
You didn't leave room for Jesus, how dare you? Oh my goodness. As you guys
Corrupt morals these days.
as you guys reach Sarah Lean's palace after your looting shenanigans, it's about dinner time, and you guys enter the complex. There's legit going to be a party now, as people are setting up for tables outside for feast. The whorehouse has closed down and people have the day off. Wine's being brought out. There's tons of fires, cooking like giant pigs, and tons of goods are being brought out of storage for people to enjoy. And you also notice that a couple bit of the homeless are actually allowed in, which normally isn't allowed. And
Yeah,
a lot of
good,
them,
yeah.
a lot of them come from the watered down district in the southwest.
Oh shit.
This is what we call reparations.
So yeah, you get the majority of them are just workers that work at Cerulean's complex, but a lot of them, are poor and they're allowed in. They're contemplating what the hell just happened. And this place is throwing a celebration. I don't know why. And they're also feeding us. How nice.
What, they were all really poorly?
I mean, it's just basically a mountain blew up and freaking water came down. It's just what the actual fuck just happened. And for some reason, Cerulean has all these canal workers already. Who knew? What happened?
It's kind of sus, actually. I feel like anyone would be able to tell what's going on here.
Yeah, but they can't prove anything.
Yeah, they can't.
I guess
prove it.
it's fair.
I mean, people can have their hunches. Like, one crazy dude's like the 8 scribes are punishing Crete for being such an immoral city.
You know.
They
Well,
can have
yeah.
their hunches, they can have their suspicions. I can use my restroom. Jeez, just get a hold of yourself, people.
As you guys welcome in, Jan, you're before we continue, Jan, you're upstairs with Maya, and you see Captain Mazra and Lady Cerulean talking to 11 gentlemen.
Oh.
One of them is different from the others. The other 10 are like bodyguards, and one of them is a well-dressed nobleman, and basically, his name is Crassus, and Lady Cerulean's like, Crassus, my friend, it's been so long. Cut your bullshit, Cerulean. I know what you did. I have no idea what you're talking about. We have some nice bread here. It's fresh from our bakery. Cinnamon spice. It's really good. Would you like any? Do you even care? Thousands of people are displaced. Thousands of people dead. I only heard 800. That's weird. Countless water damage. You just have a smug smile on your face. I mean, it's not like it happened to me. I mean, as she takes a bite of the cinnamon spice bread, it's pretty good. Want any? As you guys, and this goes back and forth as she kind of just keeps deflecting, like, oh no, couldn't possibly be me. You guys, Tobias and Damien and
Do
Gil,
I see,
you guys,
who's the person who took Maya again? No, yeah. Not
yeah,
Maya. Yeah, it's
you
Maya.
answered, yeah,
Jeez.
you answered your question.
I inadvertently remembered the name that I forgot. Where is Maya?
She's currently upstairs. One of the guards and the receptionist are like, oh, you guys are back. You can go upstairs. Lady Cerulean will be waiting for you. Be careful. One of the rival oligarchs are here, and I guess you can say after what you guys did, he's not too happy. As she goes back to her work, everyone seems to be like in a joyous mood. It's kind of offsetting that,
Yep.
We just
People-
murdered people.
a bunch of people are murdered in mystery and homeless now.
Hey,
and
man,
they're like,
didn't directly do it ourselves. We just blew up a mountain.
yeah, who knew? Who knew the
We just blew up a
consequences?
mountain. That's
Can I
all.
go only slightly suspiciously go look for Maya?
As you guys go upstairs, you see 10 guards, and 10
Under
guards.
the guard
One,
that I'm looking for Jan, I suppose.
Jan is next to
That's
Maya,
weird.
and everyone's
Yeah, I'm
upstairs.
chilling with my new best
Oh,
friend.
Sweet. Well,
Gil-
that's gonna be convenient.
Gil slowly walks over, seeing this tense room between two powerful oligarchs, and he kind of gets to your chair, Jan, behind everyone. Are you okay?
Yeah, I got a new knife. I'll take it out and show it to him.
Good. Good. You know, you've worked really hard. Just don't stab too many people with it. That's all I gotta ask. Self-defense.
Plenty of people with it.
Self-defense. And he kind of gives like this mean look to Maya, like, the fuck? She already had. The fuck?
Who gave this gremlin a knife?
She had knives before. Now she has full-blown daggers. The fuck? We need weapons control in this country. She's going around murdering people.
Second Amendment bitches shall not be infringed.
Oh my god. So as you guys, there's 10 guards. A lot of them not looking healthy. You can probably tell this is not his normal bodyguard. A lot of those bodyguards are dead. So, you know, some fresh recruits. Some guys look battle hardened. It's just most of them they looked depressed.
Can I get a picture book? I want to read a picture book while this thing is happening. You know,
Maya just hands you like an
Roll
ink pen and like a bunch of papers. You can doodle. Yeah.
Yay! I just saw this incredibly tense situation happening. Just a kid in the back drawing.
And Sarah Lane sees you guys coming. My guys, my workers are here. Excuse me. Please come up here, please. I'm so happy you're alive.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy I'm alive too.
Yeah, thank you so much for your work. You've worked really hard. How did the mining expedition go?
It went well. It was a little rockier than we thought it'd be, but we did it.
That's good. And the Blackadder explosive used to destroy a mountain and flood Mr. Crassus's properties. How'd that go? That went well? I heard rumors.
Oh yeah, no, it went excellent. Yeah, no, without a hitch.
And you see Crassus.
Big boom!
you see Crassus turn around to see you guys. I lost my wife and son due to this.
Yep, just a bunch of incompetent fools with way too much explosives.
Sound way too many explosives, way too much power.
Oh no, this just got heavy.
He reaches
It's only
into
as heavy as you need it to be.
he reaches into his sleeve, pulling out a dagger, and he's
That
going
is
to
not a
run
good
and
idea.
try to stab Cereline.
Oh,
I would like to step
can we try and stop them?
Hold on.
like,
Hold on.
Do I have enough time to see that he's pulling out a knife and step in front of him?
You're in the back of the room, but I'll. I mean, he rolled.
Can I yeet a dagger? Actually, no, that's a bad idea. Never mind. It's a bad idea.
That's a
I'm
great
gonna
idea.
miss.
He reaches over and he stabs Cereline in the gut. And she simply puts her hand on top of his head and she casts a spell. And he has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh,
He's literally got his hand in her gut.
Yeah, I know, but Cereline's gonna cast a spell. It's gonna do a lot of damage because she's awesome. Because she's.
Because this is my OC.
Yes, it is. I have to roll lots of dice, so give me a minute.
oh, what is the spell?
It's not like
Monk Giga.
that's 10, 14, 16, 20, 25, 30, and last one
bringing
because
up
he
dice.
crit failed. 35 points of damage as he bursts into flames.
Oh shit!
I'm
As
surprised if he survived that.
as he lets go of the dagger, falls down, screaming in agony and pain, as Cereline simply pulls the dagger out and hands it to Captain Mauser.
I'm gonna rush over and offer her a healing potion.
I'm fine, child. It's fine. I'm good.
Okay.
Is he like still running around like?
He's on the floor, dying in agony, and eventually it stops as he dies. Crassus be dead.
Can I just walk up to him and kick his cold?
Why?
You don't walk into somebody's house and stab them. You just don't. It's bad. It's just not a good idea. It never works out the way you do.
Uh,
Should
I
have
would
gone
know.
for the head. Sterling, you should have gone for the head.
Man, you
Surprise.
ripped my favorite dress. I'm gonna have to change before the party. He kind of looks at the 10 guards. I mean, it's up to you. Do you really want to do it? Also, all the magic users, so everyone except all the magic users, so Damien and Tobias, roll me Arcana checks, as you guys can try to figure out what the spell is.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm not proficient.
our chiggity chiggity chana.
It's okay.
Suck it.
That's animal
I'm
handling.
only good at punching.
Okay.
It's easy, bard time.
Bard time, even though you can't freaking learn this spell, which is hilarious.
Aw.
It's called Immolation. It casts things on fire, like that. For your information, Grace. And for general information, Tobias, you know that's a really powerful wizard spell. As in, it's level
Hey.
5 wizard spell.
Oh.
And she just
Dead
casually
do
casted
things
it.
Like that.
She just casually
Oh,
casted
did
it.
that.
Yeah, she just did that.
Yeah.
Damien,
Okay.
you know usually powerful wizards and great sorcerers know this spell. So you can probably piece together that Cereline is either a sorcerer, wizard, or both.
Oh god.
A sorcerer. Sorcerer.
A sorcerer, wizardard,
What's army knife?
Wizard. Wizard.
wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry.
I'm a what?
You're a wizard, Harry. Fuck off, no. I don't even know. That's not even part of the bit, but hey. Yeah. And I'm gonna roll for the guards real quick because shit. Their leader just got freaking burnt alive into a crisp. They're freaking dead out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
One. Not you. You're good. You're good. You're good. I think I lost track, but it's okay. You're good. You're good. Man, high rolls. Jeez. You're good. I just rolled like 17s. 3 17s. Jeez. And you're not good. You see 2 guards, and they seem to be like the oldest, gruffiest of the 2. One, and if you want to participate in combat, please roll me an initiative.
Yay! I wanna kill people.
So these 2 rough and gruffled guards, you can probably assume that they've probably served Crassus the longest, and they're probably the most loyal, even though he is the Dade.
Okay, wait, what? Initiative?
Initiative.
Initiative.
Boop.
Natural freaking 20. That's pretty good.
Oh.
Grace is rolling so high.
What a fucking return, not gonna lie. Gil will not, because he thinks it's unnecessary. Captain Mausero will definitely, well. Maya will, because fuck it. Cereline, well, she won't bother. Well, technically one of the guards are going to try to stab her, so, I mean, she might as
I
well.
fixed it. Sorry, continue.
Cereline and Old Guard 1. Old Guard 2. Alright, so Mazra, let me pull out her character sheet. Mazra, that's pretty good. Maya, let's roll. That's pretty bad. Cereline, she does not give a fuck. Old Guard, number 1. Old Guard, number 2. Does not give a fuck. Top of the turn order, Grace. There are 2 old guards that are, I guess, more descriptive. Wow, that was weird. More descriptive
was
aren't. I have no fucking idea. To give a better description,
To give a descriptor.
they have each of them have a shield, a very long spear, and 2 javelins. And they're wearing. One of them is wearing breastplate. The other is wearing scale mail.
All right.
What would you like to do?
So how close is? what's
Brandon,
his
can we get a
closest-
graph?
No,
Okay.
it's 2 people. Fucking
graph.
kill them already.
All right.
They're-
I'm gonna.
They're all really close to you, relatively.
Wait, Viscous Mockery is there yet?
Cantrip.
Yay. All right, I'm gonna stab the closest one.
Alrighty, that'd be old guard numero 2.
I have a question.
Yes.
Found this out in another campaign. Some
Okay.
people use their wits, take a weapon out of
Take a what?
stab it.
What happened? Repeat again. You broke out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I said in this other campaign that I only played in, but everyone so I left. The mechanic of the whip, like, use your whip to take the sword out of someone's hand instead of just using the damage.
Oh.
So I was like,
It's like an Indiana Jones type deal.
yeah.
I would.
that's
I
really
would allow that. Yeah.
That's cool as shit. Yeah, okay, that's awesome.
So can I just roll my? Well, I don't know what I'd roll.
Dex?
Roll the whip to hit, and then I will say they have to make a.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to make a check. So let's see here. 8 plus 2
I'd go with
plus.
strength. But
What's your strength modifier?
My strongest is
conceivably -1.
0.
0. So they have to
0.
make a DC 12. Let's say Dex save. So I'll allow that happen. So instead of doing damage, you do a DC 12. And he fails as you whip around his. He got a 3. I don't know how.
Oh.
What?
Got a 3, and he has a +4 to strength, and he failed. As you whip and pull his spear out of his hand, as he is now weaponless. Like, hey, that's not very nice.
All right, and then I'm
Boy.
gonna laugh at him. I'm gonna viscous.
Oh no, make his day worse.
Yes.
His boss got killed. His weapon got yanked out of his hand, and he got laughed at.
And I'm assuming that's a DC 16 instead of an 11 because you're Bard.
Yeah,
And I think it's a
bug.
yeah. And he will take 3 points of damage, and he'll feel sad about himself.
Dummy boy has no fear.
3 points of depression.
It is
Where's
now
your stabby?
Tobias. It is now your turn as this guard next to you is shieldless, or not shieldless, armless, saddened, and without a boss. So bossless.
Also,
weaponless.
Castle Crash's music time.
Oh yeah,
So
play some Viking music.
Is
dude.
he already within melee distance? Or-
Yes, he's about 10 feet out. Let's say.
yeah, so it's just alright. Yeah, I'll just,
Turn up the tunes.
I'll
It's
just
Castle
step
Crash.
forward and whack.
You miss
That
as
probably
he
won't
uses
hit, yeah.
as he uses his shield to block the way, but
Okay,
that
well,
will
that
hit for 7 points of damage.
Okay, I
That's
can
pretty good.
reroll that 1.
Oh, you can. So
Yeah.
6
Sick.
6 plus 5. Jeez, 11 points of damage now.
And then because action surge.
Oh,
use
okay.
Hippity hoppity. Let's get this.
Pop it
He's just gonna get wrecked.
at the moment.
Get wrecked.
Oh,
Dumb.
jeez.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh,
Is that-
good God. I'm looking down, doing some math. Like, this is all right. As you take your great axe and cleave from, sorry, your great sword, as you cleave from top to bottom, side of his head down, as he's dead. Yeah,
Alright, and
didn't even get his
use
turn.
My next attack on the other guy.
All right, so oh yeah, you can I'll let you split it.
That one's not gonna hit.
That will not hit as he used his sword to block. Alrighty, that is that. It's his turn as he looks To
The guy who
you,
just
back to
explained.
Saraline, back to you. Looks at Mazra, looks at you. He's going to try to stab you, Scott.
So, okay, yes.
Will a 16 hit?
It's right on the money. Yes, it will.
It's okay. It's only 2 enemies.
Take, take 12 points of
no.
damage. As he stabs you and his second attack. Oh, jeez. Scott, can you roll me a 1d100, please?
Wait, what?
Oh.
I would normally roll this myself, but I'm like, fuck
Top
it.
left. Top left. Wait. Okay.
Sweet.
Mm.
I ain't got no clue what that do.
Low roll even on a D.
Do I roll like 2 D100?
No.
Is that
So
just
instead of rolling my 1d100, I'm just gonna do it in roll 20. So that's really bad severity for him. So he's fucked up, and now I have to roll something to see what happens on the severity chart.
That's
He's
not
like,
good.
"Ah."
So you know how I said these guys have been. This is an older guy, and he's been loyal to his boss for a long time, and
Yeah.
I mean he's very loyal. He's been using the same equipment over and over. And as he tries to stab you with
The
his spear, you kind of like you grab two hands on your great sword and snap his spear in half. As he is also now spearless. You
Oh.
rolled a natural 1 to hit you.
Ah, yes.
Okay.
And
Did we just skip to the part where I kill him?
no,
Yeah,
not yet.
No.
As Captain Mazra walks down, and you see her pull out her longsword, and she's gonna wow, words. She's going to cast a spell on her sword, and her sword immediately erupts in flames as she comes down to strike on this poor guy.
Now that's cool.
She tries to come up from behind, and she completely misses, but she does have a second attack.
Wow.
Natural 20. So that is 2d8 plus 2d6. Oh wait, no, 40. Wait, let me check freaking levels, because that's important. One second, I need to make sure levels are appropriate here. So that is 2d8 plus 46 damage. So 7 plus 5 plus a bunch of...
So he's dead.
No, probably not, but close to it. Unless things go... Nah.
Horribly wrong.
Yeah. He takes 21 points of damage.
Whoa.
As Master just fucks him up. As she comes down with her flaming sword, right in his back. For those of you who have hints, you can probably tell what type of thing she is, but that's only if you know lore or know D&D well enough. That is Captain Mazra's turn. Let's see here.
Bell
Oh yeah, this guy's dead, so let me mark that off.
And it comes down to.
Sarah Lean's gonna bypass her turn. Jan, it is your turn. As
Yay,
there's one
can I,
dude left
just
who
throw
just
a
had a
knife.
flaming
Can I-
sword.
Can I like sneak behind him and try and get a sneak attack on him? While he's
You would
distracted, I
have
guess?
advantage. She's completely surrounded now with Mauser walking up.
Oh, so I just
Yeah,
like,
you would
can
get
I just
advantage.
attack?
Yeah, so you would get
Watch
advantage.
this
So you
kid stand up, Naruto run over, stab this man in the neck.
yeah, so yes, you would gain advantage, which means you can use your sneak attack damage because you did choose the assassin.
Yeah, so I will attack with my new dagger.
Yeah.
Use no.
Oh, Maya.
Yeah.
Put that advantage
La
on
Maya.
my-
Lady.
Yeah, that
The name
18. That 18 will hit.
Dude, you
Yeah,
really
okay.
Let me make sure
Yes.
though.
You wrote 2 letters of a 4-letter word and couldn't be bothered to finish it.
It sounds better like Lamaya.
Yeah, but I'm not French. Well,
Lamaya.
that's not here nor there, but...
Roll damage. I will let that happen.
Okay, so then I get the oh yeah, no, it already adds that, and then the sneak attack damage, which is crap. What was
Shit.
I haven't played it so long.
Yeah, I will.
Oh, and the poison. You can't.
And
Oh, it already
yeah,
calculates
she
it.
already calculates the
Alright,
poison. For a level 5 rogue, that is 3d6.
This is an
3d6.
3d6.
I'd like to cast the 9th level spell, Okay Boomer.
I can also add the main's eye damage, which is a 1d6.
Please,
I mean,
please
if
do it.
please.
Just do it. Just
I'm gonna overkill.
overkill.
All right. Yeah, he did. You had enough after the 16, but you know, fuck it, that extra 6, just to say fuck him.
Fuck him.
That was 30
How do
points
I-
of damage. This
How-
little girl.
How do I kill him? I wanna know, cause that's like an overkill.
I mean, I'm gonna let you have this one. Be creative. How do you want to do it?
Okay. I want to
As he just lost his spear, a flaming sword jabbing his back.
I'm going pretty much. You just see this kind of like gremlin rush by, jump up, stab the guy in the neck, and take him down.
Oh, Jesus.
And then just like stab.
Yeah.
Just FYI, combat over. You had enough with this one shot. You could have one-shotted him basically. If you, yeah, he was a very old man, and you fucked him up. As the other guards, after seeing just what, not even a full round of combat, so like 6 seconds in real life, his friends get fucking murdered by this random group of people. A freaking demon that they've never seen before disarms their basically captain. A half-orc cuts a dude in half.
Walks over to another guy, gets stabbed in the chest, goes, okay, snaps his
Okay,
spear in
boomer.
half.
Okay, boomer.
Freaking second command gets stabbed with a flaming sword, and a freaking gremlin hops up and stabs him in the neck. The poisonous
Just out
dagger.
of nowhere, just stabs him in the neck and takes him down.
Immediately, you see them throw their stuff to the floor. Like, yeah, all right, yeah.
Can I
We'll go
make a perception check to see how many pools of suspicious
blood.
yellow liquid have been added to the floor?
As every single one of them drops their spears and shield, like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking.
Nope.
Yeah,
Fuck
never mind.
this shit, I'm out.
I'm
Fuck
homeless.
this shit, I'm out.
If I had to choose
Thanks.
between homeless and being dead, I'm choosing homelessness. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. Bro, I'm about to head out.
Sarah Lean's like, yeah, you can go. As they all like leave all their equipment at the floor, like, and they all bow. For about like 10 seconds in front of Sarah Lean, like fully bow. And then they all leave.
Absolutely prostrate.
That was fun. Mazra, get the butlers to. I don't know. What should I name his new mausoleum? I don't know. Any names? I have to build him a nice little grave. He was fun, Crassus.
What was his name again? Crassus?
Crassus, yeah.
Crassus.
An old man. Get crass, old man. No.
Ooh.
Crassus's folly.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Crassus's folly. I built him a nice little statue out in the plaza and have his grave underneath that. Sadly, I don't think we can recover his little boy and his wife's body. Too much water. Well then, congratulations. You've solved one of my greatest rivals, Crassus. I hate doing the work myself, but you know, what's done is
Duty
done.
calls.
What's done is done. Mazra, get the servants to take his body and tell the architects to work on a nice marble statue of him. I think it would be really nice. Of course, before he turned into a Chris, I think that would be more appropriate. And Mazra puts her hand on her chest and as a sort of salute, and she basically just picks up the body with one hand and just walks down the stairs without any hesitation.
Not suspicious at all.
Not suspicious. She just takes it downstairs. Everyone's in a joyous fucking mood. They don't really fucking care.
It's like, who cares?
It's breads and circus.
Pretty much. Cereline claps her hand and Maya brings out a chair. So, I guess from the results you can say it was quite the success.
Yeah, I think so.
Where's that little, where's that other guy that was with you?
Well, I do
He
believe
liked
thought that
hand
the
holding, and he did very well in this poorhouse, apparently.
Yes, I believe he thought that the mountain would be more fit for a tomb.
Oh. Well, I guess that's one less person I have to pay. As per our deal, could you go fetch the box before... Yeah, grab the box, please. As Maya comes back with a black box and opens it and lifts out the hand of Alea that you guys found at Mount Shining. It kind of has like a silver necklace on it now. I hope you didn't mind if I, put it in more convenient, carryable fashion. And holds it up, and hands it to you, Jan. Here you go.
Yay!
Gil's like, can I hold on to that, please? It's kind of an ancient relic and, responsibility and,
Sure.
Thank you. As he puts it over his neck, looks at Tobias like, I don't trust the little girl turning invisible with a poisonous dagger.
Huh? I can't hear you because you're breaking up.
Sorry, he's like, I don't trust a little girl with a poisonous dagger with invisibility.
I don't trust the little...
With invisibility, no.
Yeah, but that's the entire point of us.
That's the entire point of a
having
rogue.
it.
That's the entire point of a rogue.
I'm not saying
So
you
that way
can't
she
get
can
it
be
back,
invisible.
but Gil is definitely not for that at the moment.
Okay.
Lame. Give the kid invisibility.
Just give the kid a knife.
Give the gremlin more power.
Hey, kid, we can't see him. He moves around. Da-da-da-da.
He's a phantom.
And she snaps her hand again, and more servants come in, each with its own case. And Damien, please come forward.
Damien, oh, yes.
Come forward, please.
I rise for my mac and cheese.
She opens this box as a stick wrapped in silver with gold highlights is handed to you. Your reward, along with returning the doing me my solid.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. Grace got what did Grace get from the chest? Was it clothes? I heard
Clothes,
It was
clothes,
and bells.
fine
Would
clothes.
Sarah Lane
and-
be interested in them? We could sell them directly to her.
Oh,
Shoot.
yeah, that's smart.
I mean, you
Okay.
can.
She might pay well for premium clothes.
Hey, so I have some, really snazzy robes, if you're interested. They just seem more your style.
I mean, my current dress has a hole in it. Let me see some of them. As you, that blue one looks really nice. I can update it later. She's like, here's, Maya, give her 30 gold for it. I'll take it. Maya's like, alright, the fuck? That's not even fair market price. That's way above. Alright, fuck it. So, Cereline, these clothes would normally be worth 10 gold, but she takes one of them and just hands you 30.
Hey.
Yo.
Yeah. As
You're
she,
really out here bartering hours.
It's real bartering hours.
as she
Alright,
hands
wait,
you,
what does the stick do, though? I'm confused.
she's not done yet. Tobias, you're next, please.
Okay.
She opens
Okay.
up another case and she hands you the exact same thing Damien did. She hands it to Damien. Take this, please. Little girl, Jan, please come take your stick, please.
Oh, okay.
Take the stick.
And
come take this.
Gil, you can come and take one of these as well. Gil's like, okay. Alrighty. So, do any of you know the significance of the stick? Besides looking pretty.
Can we make a check for it?
Yes,
I'm
you
guessing?
can. Make a history check.
A
Wait,
history
for
check.
the what?
You
The
can
stick.
make for the stick. Damien.
It's a stick
Dildo?
check.
I'm a dumbass.
Damien and Tobias, you have advantage.
Well,
On
that's not gonna help.
Maybe you don't know.
Wait, history you said?
Well,
Histoire,
it was-
la
it was 12
histoire,
l'histoire.
l'histoire.
Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
24. Damien, you know exactly what these sticks are.
What is it?
These sticks are a status symbol in Creek that allows you to basically go anywhere you want, and you automatically get a discounted price, and a lot of people fear you.
Oh.
Hold on.
Sarah-
How- what are the dimensions of said stick?
It's about it's like half a foot. It's easily held in your hand. It's a nice oak little stick here. It's surrounded by silver and golden metal highlights.
I'm no longer a dirty slut. I'm a fancy slut.
The highest,
No,
highest
it's
class.
4.
The highest of
A
class.
high class whore. I love that.
And Sarah Lee's like, well, as part of my gift, I promise something a little extra. You guys will now serve as my gladiators in Creek. Gladiators
Pit
in
fighting.
Creek,
Ooh.
as she explains, gladiators in Creek isn't just you get to participate in pit fights if you so wish. It's a very big status symbol. It basically means that this oligarch trusts you so much that you get to partake in Creek's most prestigious tournaments. And you also have a permanent living space at Sarah Lee's palace.
Yo,
Whoa.
And you are now,
I want a pit fight.
if you are, basically you have permanent residence here. She's kind of like your sponsor. She can feed you, supply you within reason.
She's our mom.
You have free living quarters, and she asks that you do her task and participate
Do her
in
taxes.
do do her task and do well in her game in the Creek games.
Interstate.
And she's like, yeah, the Creek games. There's chariot racing, pit fights,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, there's art performances, talent
Art
shows.
There's talent shows? Oh, I'm gonna kick ass.
Play me a song, you're the piano man.
Dude, I gotta learn more instruments. Wait, don't I have the kazoo? Or no?
You do technically
I
have the
think it's
kazoo. I'll fucking say you'll have the kazoo now. The ancient equivalent of the kazoo.
Oh, and here in this other very small box, you found a kazoo. There you go. You're welcome. Origin story complete.
There are ceremonial games that happen every year here in Creek, and now I can fully participate now that I have my own sponsored gladiators. And also, I've also knocked out 2 of the competitions, so I have 2 houses. So, I like winning. Winning's nice. Charles is dead. Crassus is dead. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only like 8 more people that I need to subjugate or murder. So I mean,
Hey, it's
better odds for me. You can enjoy yourselves in the feast. But yes, Creek is now fully available to your access, except
Wait, are
high.
we allowed to read here?
Yes,
I-
you are,
I-
but
yeah.
not many people do not know how to read anyway, because Creek is
Yeah, pretty much Grace is the only one who knows how to read.
You don't know that, but yeah, Grace, you're the
Laughing and drunken. I'm illiterate.
Grace. You and Gil can read, but that's about it. Reading's not criminalized here, but people have lived their life without it, so who fucking needs it?
Okay. Just making sure I don't want to get all these beautiful things taken away from me because of what happened previously in some other city because I read 1 book. The
Yeah.
prostitute thing was fine, but god.
Don't you dare draw moral equivalencies in my fucking
Read
world.
one book.
I'm so
and
mad. at you.
Suddenly, you're
I try to read the Bible, but I guess that's a sin.
Just come back to your house. Grace, I heard you're going to college. Yeah?
How
Why
could
can't you be like a normal child and do math, you fucking whore? How,
A normal Florida child.
how dare you go to college?
Go ride gators and do cocaine.
But Mom, I'm going to Princeton. How dare you go to an Ivy League school? You bitch.
To the family.
don't say that name in this house.
Florida man goes to Princeton.
And other funny jokes you can tell yourself to sleep at night.
Yeah, I think all of Florida has one brain cell construction.
Oh boy.
We're all just sharing.
I'm just sharing.
Oh, yeah, bounces around.
Oh boy.
It's actually
Ironically,
just
it's
the
never been
spirit
in a
of Florida
politician's.
No Florida politician has it.
So Xerly was like, I'm gonna go change to this fabulous blue dress. I'm surprised it survived all that water damage. It's pretty impressive. If you guys can enjoy the festivities, I'll be down. I'm gonna work on designing his sculpture. That'd be pretty cool.
I go partake.
Whoa,
unquote,
sculpture?
in
Yeah, I'm trying to. She's like, I'm trying to think of a nice statue to represent Crassus. You know, he was a good enemy.
Interesting.
If you have any
Alright.
ideas, of course, let me know. I would love to hear.
I don't think I have any like physical art proficiencies.
Oh, I mean,
Trying to.
you're a freaking bard, so you're artistically expressive. So you know, if you what she knows you're a bard, so you're like, hey, I do art. And she's like,
I play kazoo.
I play the kazoo.
I play kazoo and I make. Oh shit, that's my C. Okay. I play kazoo and I make art.
Yeah. So she's like, if you have a recommendation, let her know. And she's like, yeah, I can pay you afterwards if I pick your idea.
Whoa, a commission?
Yeah.
Wow. I haven't been using my body at all.
This is new for me. I haven't touched the dick in like a week. What's wrong with me?
I feel so free. I feel like a normal relationship. What's going on?
Oh boy. So yeah, you guys can go out
What
partying
do you
now.
mean? The closest thing you had to a boyfriend died in a mountain.
I'm gonna go get sweets.
Shut up.
Aw, man.
Oh, come on.
Never got to bone. Damn.
No,
He never got to smash.
I
Damn.
didn't want to smash. He was my I don't know. It was
Platonic friend.
he was like my son.
He didn't- well, he didn't see it that way unless Derek is really fucked up.
Yeah. Complex.
Interesting fact: incest is the fastest
Oedipus.
growing porn genre on the internet.
Not
The more-
surprised.
Yep.
The more you
Everything's
Right.
named like stepbrother, stepsister, so I mean it's not
Every
surprising.
day
They
we
just
trade
name
each
it
other
for the
from God.
click. Like it's not. It doesn't even have to say that. Like it just does it anyway.
the more you know.
Knowledge.
Knowledge. Knowledge and loss of faith in our society go hand in hand. Oh boy. That's why Albert Einstein invented the atomic bomb. He knew how bad it was gonna get. He's the smartest person alive. Nah, fuck it. It all has to go. We're doing it wrong.
The smartest people always want to die.
Oh my gosh. Oh boy. What was it? Cards Against Humanity card one time was, I'm Miss Tennessee, and if I had to make one wish, I would remove blank. And someone put the Earth. we're starting over. Oh no, it was the Big Bang. We're starting over. No. Take two. Get rid of this. We're gonna do some patchwork on Earth.
Two.
Earth 2. Slightly better. Earth 1.00. We've removed.
We got the meat DLC.
Earth 2.2. We removed North Korea and Florida. They were equally to blame for all our problems. Earth and Florida, North Korea and Florida removed. Just in the past notes, we're sorry. So yes, you guys can enjoy the festivals if you would like.
Festivals.
Tobias, you
Hey, what's up, man?
since you brought it up earlier, there are some pit fights going on at the moment.
Yo,
but-
I'm gonna need to take a short rest so that way I can.
No, you're fine. You're
sweet.
fine. Everything's fine. But these
Everything's
pit fights,
cool.
these are celebration pit fights, not the normal pit fights.
Do I get
Um,
my action search back then?
Yes, you do.
No.
But you notice these are without weapons, and it seems to be more based on athletics. These pit fights are basically, you enter a tournament, and if you lose 2 matches, you're out. The pot is currently 150 gold, and you basically
Yes.
make 5, athletics checks, and whoever gets the most in this basically wins the fight. Would you like to
No.
partake?
No spells.
No
Alright.
spells, no cheating. It is pure strength.
All right. I suppose you know.
You want to join in these fights?
I'd love to do. Yes.
Alrighty. So, roll me as you come up against. Let me see. Okay. Ooh, your
Okay.
first opponent
All right.
is a hobgoblin
Oh.
who is
Ooh.
7 foot tall.
Hey.
Oh.
All right.
He is tallest. He's just as tall as the Death Knight. Somehow he looks girthier and more intimidating because he's a fucking hobgoblin.
You say?
Alrighty, Scott, roll me an athletics check. The first one here, as he's gonna counter athletics check you.
Jeez.
As you're like, alrighty, I got this. He freaking grabs you and twists you around and throws you to the floor. You lose. You lost the first one.
Right.
Alrighty, so let me. That's a pretty good one. As you get up off your feet. This time you're like, alrighty, I got this. He grabs you, and once again he bear hugs you and slams you down to the ground. He rolled a natural 20.
Naturally.
As you get back up, alrighty. This is your last one if you don't win. Alrighty, that's a 10.
If I lose, if I win, something's wrong.
Once again, he freaking suplexes you this time. As he pounds his chest. Ugh. That is your first. You've taken 1 L. You can only.
I've taken
You cannot lose again.
L.
You've taken L. You can fight some. You can. This is your first loss. So
All right.
another loss, you were out of the chance to win 150 gold.
Well, I mean, just rolling the dice, I suppose.
Yeah, pretty much. And good storytelling. Next person to come up. Oh god. Oh god. As the crowd starts banging on it, and out comes a red kobold doing the Usain Bolt pose. And he looks pretty scrawny. He looks at you. Come on,
Alright.
give it to me. And roll me an athletics check as this freaking tiny kobold. As you grab him to, as he runs towards you, kind of put your hand on his head. But as soon as he does that, he freaking twists your arm and pulls you off. That's another L for you. He rolled a 16. He only has a +1 in strength, Scott. Stop losing. Come on.
Dude, I can't affect them.
Oh my god, Scott, why are you so fucking bad? That's another L. I don't even have the words to describe it. This kobold beat your ass again. Scott, come on, please. It's a fucking
Dude.
kobold with a +1 to strength. Please.
You're telling me to roll dice. It's just how the dice roll, man.
Fucking please.
My own fate.
Thank you, please. Yes, you finally realize I can't fucking lose to a kobold. You freaking toss him aside. Go again, please. I believe. 19. Thank you. As once again he runs at you. This time you just fucking kick him in his face. Alrighty, you're even Steven. Please. Oh dear. Oh fucking. You gotta lose.
Can I use action surge to give me another one? No. Well, yeah. I mean, I might as well, or else I'm just out.
I will allow this once. This is your one get out of jail freebie card. 21.
Okay.
You freaking beat this kobold. As everyone was like,
Barely.
boo, boo. And the kobold, who eventually learns name is Stinky. Good game, man. Good game, good game, good game. As he like does, does the gangsta handshake. Yeah, good game, man. Good game. Did really good.
Yep.
Did really good.
Thank you. You too. You too. You almost had me there.
Yeah,
It's
I go.
getting really dicey.
I go to the gym.
Of course.
Alright, so that's my first loss.
Get the game.
I'll see you around, man. Yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
so,
As you can tell, he's a bit of a crowd favorite. This Stinky the kobold.
I can see why he's such a nice guy. He's gonna shank me in the shower room, but that's okay.
Hey, man, he's all about that inappropriate locker room talk. Don't fucking mess with Stinky, man.
I didn't tell you what he was gonna shank me with.
Grab him by the pussy is what freaking
Yeah.
Stinky says in the locker room. See, I can make a politics joke. Alrighty, so you have one more win to reach the final, so you can face someone.
Okay.
It is a human. He's about
Alright.
6'3". Looks like he goes to the gym a lot. And actually, it's one of the soldiers that guards Ceraline's palace. He checks you in sometimes, and he's ready to go.
Hey Jerry, how's the wife? How's the kids? How's
They're doing good.
Hey, that's good to hear, man. All right.
Alrighty, let's do it.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna buy my wife an anniversary present with the money. I'm gonna get her a real nice necklace and dress. Classic.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I hope you win.
Yeah,
I'll be
best
sure.
of
Good
best
luck
of luck
to
to
both of
you.
us.
Yeah, best of luck.
Best
To the
of luck.
roll them athletics.
Yeah.
Take that W, Scott.
Oh.
Oh, Jerry.
As you both put your hands on each other's shoulders, you do a little maneuver and you knee him in the gut. Push him away. Roll me another athletics. 25. That's gonna be hard to beat, and he doesn't beat it.
19.
As he runs towards you, simply just throw him over your shoulder, and he lands on his back. Oh God!
I feel bad. I feel. All right.
All right, man. Let's go.
Yup. Ooh, not the worst.
As once again he charges at you, and what the bugbear or hobgoblin did to you, the suplex, you do in return.
I let him out with dignity.
Okay, how do you want to do that?
I wrestle him to the ground, but make it look like a hard fought battle. So
As he taps on the ground, the crowd's like, yeah! Oh God, I think I need to go to the gym more. Good fight.
Good fight. Good fight.
As you help him up, well, I guess I'll have to give that gift to my wife another way. Good game, man.
Good game. Good game. Can I slip him 5 gold?
Sure, why not? Thank you, mate. Also, take away 5 gold. That's the entry to your pot. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my bad. So
Alright.
so basically, you lost 5. He lost 5 gold. You gave him back the 5 gold like he never done it before.
Mm.
There you go. Thank you. What a nice lad.
Hey,
And you reach the final, as you've beaten
Mhm.
2 people. It is Hobgoblin dude again.
Ooga.
This goes on the final goes on for 7 rounds. So you have one extra. You kind of have one extra save, as it goes on.
I don't know how I'd do it, but it'd be funny if I drank my large. But I don't think they'd like that.
I don't think they would like that at all.
All right. So I'm not going
Roll me athletics. Athletics. 68.
to. Ugh.
You beat him.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Oh.
As you get him in a hold, he's like, "All right, come on, let me go." As the ref says, "All right, break it up. You got a point." Next. He rolled a 15. Or he got a
Oh.
15. So that's a draw.
Oh, he's got a +4.
Yeah, it's a +4. That's a draw.
Nice. It's a draw.
Oh, not a +4,
Right.
but he got a 19 as well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So 1 round, draw. Round 3, go. 24. That's pretty good.
It's gonna be hard to beat.
And he does not beat it, as what you were more prepared this time for this fight.
Apparently.
Alrighty, next round, bud. You're doing pretty hot. Don't fuck up.
I'll try not to.
Athletics, 14.
I will.
No, you won't. That's another
Oh, I
victory. You have 1 more till you take the crown here, bud. You can claim that sweet pot of 150. Go ahead and roll a 24.
No 20s. No 20s for me at all. Then.
He beats you out. He rolled another natural 20.
Oh, he hins.
As you burst, as you try to give all your strength, as you know, just 1 more point, he perfectly counters you. As you try to lift him up, he just clamps down on the earth and pushes you down. Roll 1 more. Alrighty, roll another one.
No.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
As you get up,
Bruh.
you try to put him in a hold again. He simply just bashes his shoulder against your face.
6. That's the 6th round.
That is the 6th round. He can try to make this a draw, in which the pot is split, or you can try to grab 1 more victory. And if you grab the victory here, you gain the pot. So, you got your nat 1 out the way. Oh my god.
Yeah.
He can't
boy.
counter it. You're like, what the fuck, dude? You battered. You nearly broke my nose. Fuck you, man. As you body slam him and pin him to the ground.
Hey,
Hey.
F you,
Hey,
man.
yo, I'm walking it.
I'm walking in.
Hey, shoulder bashing's not. You know what? Fuck you. And the ref's like, hey,
Can I
shoulder
s-
bashing is okay in my book, you know?
Can I summon some dancing lights around my hands? And...
As you claim victory, the crowd goes wild after you do that. You have gained 150 gold, my friend.
Oh my god.
As the bugbear's like, "Ugh, good job, mate.
Thank you, thank you.
And if you
Sorry
ask
about
anyone, shoulder bashing is semi-legal, you know? I'll see you around. As he slaps you on the butt and
Oh.
slaps you on the butt and puts his hand up to the crowd. He's like, ah, good game, good game, good game.
I
And-
have the dancing lights around both of us.
And he kind of like, he raises your hand up. He's a bit taller than you, but you're like, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And there you go. That was the pit fights. Yeah, but that's not, yeah, that's pretty good. 150 gold right there, my dude.
Mm-hmm.
As people are clapping, he's like, oh man, after that first L you took, I was worried about you. And nearly losing to that kobold, that would have been horrendous,
Hey
man.
man, I was really worried about it too.
You see Stinky in the background. Heck yeah! So that is not the normal pit fights. Pit fights normally result in death. You can't surrender in the normal
Sweet.
pit fights. But this was a nice, friendly, celebratory pit fight for
Yeah.
people to make some quick cash.
Celebratory skirmish.
Yeah. Is there any activities anyone wants to do that you think, hey, DM, I want to play like a card
Hey,
game or some shit, or try to do something cool?
I'm just gonna go get some sweets.
Alrighty.
150 gold. You think I'm not gonna spend it on booze and hookers? What? Just kidding. I have stuff to go buy, like maybe a better weapon, because I suppose it's not the only shopping to be done this episode.
Yeah, roll me a 1d100.
Oh, what?
JN. Roll me a 1d100.
A 1d100? Okay.
Indeed.
Okay.
Alright. Let me see.
Yeah, I need some better armor. Like some good armor.
Some of that sweet, good,
Good. I mean, I don't know what pieces of armor are gonna be within my within my price range that I can get.
You find
Hi, Mama.
you find a bunch of cannoli
Okay.
and a bunch of chocolate cheesecake.
Oh yeah.
Confirm brownies. Confirm chocolate cheesecake.
Yes.
And freaking Italian cannoli.
I'm gonna go back and hang out with Maya, eat some of it.
Alright.
Any good pieces of armor?
Shopping is closed for the day. It's just a giant celebration.
I'll have to do that later.
Jan, Maya takes you back inside and up on top of the roof of the building, near a balcony where everything's visible. You see all the lights and that's weird. Stop doing that. She takes you up to a balcony and you can. What the actual heck is going on? Discord. Hello.
Discord.
Hello.
It looks like it's coming from Grace.
Oh.
Hop
Grace,
out
what's
and
wrong
hop back
with
in real
everything?
quick.
One sec.
Yeah, just hop out of the call and then hop back in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That seems a bit better. Speak words.
Is everything better?
Yeah, it sounds better to me.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's good. It's just every now and again. I don't know.
I don't know if
Last
we can
session
stop
since
it.
Murder Hober Event 6. I think that's accurate.
I saw it. I'm like, this is good.
I think that's
Wait.
accurate. Maybe like 6, but maybe like 4.
State
yeah.
enforced mobo her.
So Jan, she
Ooh.
takes you up
Mobo
to a balcony on top where you can see all the people dancing and enjoying themselves. You witness Tobias freaking winning a pit fight as you bring up your cannoli and black chocolate cheesecake.
Yeah, chocolate cheesecake. All about that.
It has some nice fuzz drizzled on top and everything. It's fantastic. And you chill out with Maya, unless you have anything in particular you want to talk to or ask about.
Oh yeah, I named my new dagger.
Oh, what'd you name it?
I named it after you, Lady Maya.
Aw, aren't you the sweetest thing on the planet? Why would you name it after me?
Cause you helped me get it.
Greatest thing capable of murder.
Yeah, it's true. See, the whole thing is based off of
Chocolate cake.
deception.
It's all been a ruse.
Oh, nice.
It's a lie within a lie within a lie.
Boxception.
I have an 8 in deception. Actually, it's actually great. Are you a soldier? Yeah.
Man, they're drafting these kids way too young, if you ask me. She can buy weapons and serve Lady Saraline, but she can't buy alcohol. This country is messed up.
This country's fucked.
That's why you've got Uncle Tobias to buy you plenty of booze.
I guess. She can go serve in Iraq, but she can't buy booze. She can go fight the Taliban, but she can't buy booze. This is what's wrong with this country. Well, she kind of like puts you on like the edge of the thing and like just hugs you and enjoys like the moment of just the lights and everything. She kind of like, and she even kisses you on the forehead, like, "Oh, you're the sweetest thing ever." Except when you have a dagger in your hand, of course. But even then, pretty close. Damien, you see something that sparks your eyes.
Hmm?
You see that a bit of a talent show is going on.
Oh, I
Oh yeah, it's time, baby.
It is time.
It's time for the Succubus Bard to shine.
So basically, it works similarly to the pit fight, except it's based on performance. And if you win 2 matches, and the crowd is like, "Oh man, your performance is great," you will have a battle off with the other person that won 2 matches. So you both will be rolling performance checks against each other, and you can get as creative as you want. They're offering you a bunch of costumes. They're giving you 10 extra people for the final if you make it. They're
This is like, oh geez, this is like some X Factor.
this is some X Factor shit. So yeah,
I want to
So these first are gonna be a nice preliminary round to see
You're
if you
gonna be a
can win.
star, kid.
You're gonna be a star, kid.
What things I had? I'm trying to just
So
I mean,
you
I know
can, and they have a bunch of array of musical instruments and stuff like that. You don't only have to play music. You can do poetry. You can do dance. It's an entire talent show.
Ed?
Oh.
No, that's a talent, but not the talent they're looking for, Scott.
I'm gonna need a very big pole.
Interpretive dance.
You can put that down in episode
Suggestively,
titles.
yeah.
I'm gonna need a poll.
Okay.
So you get pulled up against. Let me see. Oh dear. Good luck. You get put up against a 13-year-old ballerina. She's 13 and she's absolutely adorable.
Oh shit.
Oh, I need to
Dude,
be
here's your
at-
chance.
Her
to
performance
use
may not be
vicious
good, but
mockery.
her crowd reaction is going to be fantastic. I will roll
need to-
dice for
I
the
got it.
performance, and based on that, I will also roll dice for the audience. So her performance may be crap, but she will do pretty well with the audience because she's a 13-year-old girl.
That's fair. All right. I
So
gotta
you-
think.
What would you like your first act to be? Yeah, and you can repeat acts as well, if need
Yeah. I think. I don't know. Like
be. You have a bunch
I
of stuff
wanna
at
sing-
disposal.
I want to sing a really beautiful sad tale, like a
Oh,
song about like
sing a.
this person for being a demon. You know. Like, I'm all, like,
Ooh, tell them this
No.
sad tale of Derek,
Yeah,
the
just-
greatest
Oh,
lover
no.
of all. The sad tale of Derek. Alrighty, roll performance. Roll performance.
Lightning, very, very bright. Galileo.
Roll performance. As you tell, as you
Galileo,
spin this.
Galileo Figaro.
No. Mamma mia, mamma mia figure. All right, 23. That's fucking. Jeez. Alrighty, so both you and the girl do very, very well. The crowd reaction to yours. Alright. And to
Right,
the
oh my
girl,
gosh.
you guys are pretty neck and neck. I will approve of both acts. Very good. As the little girl's performance wasn't as good as yours, it was just, she's a little girl. Aw, that's great.
She's a little girl. You can't.
But- But the crowd equally loved your act. It was pretty solid.
Nice.
Um, you can continue singing or switch. You can continue singing the ballad of Derek or another song if you would like, or switch up acts.
I want. I'm like, I want to do interpretive dance.
Interpretive dance.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead. No disadvantage or anything like that. Just go ahead and roll.
I'm doing really.
Spin the wheel.
Spin the wheel.
12. Alrighty, your interpretive dance. That was alright. The ballerina girl. Oh no! She fucked up. She rolled a natural
no.
1. She fell on her
Not
knees.
again. She fell on her face.
She fell on her face. Oh boy. So the crowd
I
was,
don't care what universe you're from. That's gotta hurt.
and so that means she rolls with disadvantage because she rolled on that one. The crowd didn't know how to react. They're like, oh well, shit. That's nice. I will grant victory to you, Grace, as she did absolutely horrendous.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the poor kid. Oh no.
And you secure
Gonna be a
victory.
star, kid. Well, maybe not.
As you secure victory, and she walks up to you. Good game. Good
Good
competition.
game. I never stop dancing. You're so good.
Okay. I'll stop falling on my face too.
Just work on the coordination.
Alrighty. Your next guy, your next competitor, sorry. A man, a man with. He seems a little awkward. His feet are kind of short and stubby, but his arms are like really long, and he has this weird like walking sway. as he carries with him a drum, and he's wearing shades.
SCP-096 is broken containment. And he's banging the drums hella
And
hard.
he bangs the drums, the moon,
First I bang the drum,
the
and
stars,
I bang your mom.
my love. And he bangs the drum twice. I'm the poet master. Let's do this. As you can give me a performance check against this lad, as he's gonna do some slam poetry.
Well, because I believe anything is better than slam poetry, I'm going to
Because I believe anything is better than slam poetry, I'm going to quickly move to snap his neck.
Killing is an art form.
Oh my gosh.
Oh shit! Okay, Jack, calm down. Please don't back there. Alright, I'm playing the kazoo.
Alrighty, roll me performance check.
I think I did.
Oh, 22. That's a good way to start, yeah. Oh boy. I'm gonna look up some post-slam...
Even better.
I'm just gonna pull off some slam poetry from Google. And I'm gonna give credit where credit's due. You performed that song on the kazoo. You performed.
I'm alive.
You're
Oh,
here?
yeah. Well,
We're like 2 hours in.
well, I'm terribly sorry, but I'm gonna have to kick you out.
Better late than never.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Unless you want to sit and enjoy the conversations, but
I'll sit and enjoy the conversations. I just woke up for the day.
oh, well, damn.
What happened?
Well, we don't have time for that. Episode's almost over. So, Grace, you perform. What song did you perform on the kazoo?
I don't know. The freaking, you know the music, the Imperial March.
As the crowd is full of nerds and they fucking loved it. That's a check.
Easy.
As this long-limbed creature. Holy crap. That's a natural 20. As he pulls up his chair and bongo. This is by Amy Lookwood von Deerwater, just off Google. Called Lucky Pebble. Do you want to know why this pebble is lucky? I found it while camping 4 hours away, and before we drove home, I carefully placed it right on the bumper. I hoped it would stay. It did. Through a rainstorm and traffic, through many a mile, my pebble stayed put. When I put it, I smiled, for it make me remember when I traveled so far, and my pebble rode all the way home on our horse. I guess it would be car in this case, and he bangs his bongos as he gets advantage on the crowd's reaction. Oh wow, that's really sad. The crowd's like, what the fuck's a car? Even with his natural 20 and his advantage, he rolled a 6 and a 9 for crowd reaction. Grace, you are 1 point away from reaching the finals.
This poor lad.
This poor lad. He actually did really good on his poetry. He's just, crowd doesn't know what the fuck that is. What's a car? Alrighty.
Hey guy, what's a car?
What's a car? Alrighty. Grace, what are you going to do for your second performance here? As you now know, apparently the crowd likes Star Wars. The fuck?
Ooh, that's true. I have to keep. I do
Cantina
the
theme.
Princess Leia slave Leia costume now.
Oh no.
Roll me performance. Yeah, that's.
Wait, yeah,
That-
erotic dancing as slave Leia.
Oh yeah.
What we really wanted in the original trilogy.
Make it a musical too, but mostly the erotic dancing.
Okay, performance. Alright.
Roll that performance. Alrighty, there are some kids in the crowd, so you know, some parents are a little upset, but you know, let me roll the reaction. For the most part, people enjoyed it.
People are like, yeah.
It's
One-
like, alright.
One dude threw like 10 gold on the freaking stage. Yeah!
It's like a really good Comic-Con, dude. There's sexy slave Leia.
Alrighty, so let me roll for Poetry Lad. Poetry Lad did pretty good. I found this PewDiePie slam poetry. Would you believe me? It doesn't have. It's from Reddit, so I'll credit Reddit, whoever wrote this. PewDiePie slam poetry. Would you believe me if I told you this man worked all day at a hot dog stand selling bland meat for money? Bang bang. Now you could laugh and tease all you can, but in a day he makes a few grand off his brand. Still find him funny? In a faster time, this mastermind climbed to the top for miles. A disaster of blind actors memed and tried to cop his style. Name plastered high bastards whined and tried to stop him while he passed them by. Broadcasters strive to spread lies and be hostile. If you if you like this sample, go to Gina or Rise YouTube accounts to hear the rest. Bang bang. And the crowd, yeah, Mallory enjoyed it. But your performance, Grace, was too good, and you claim another victory. You were off
Easy
to the
dubs.
final.
Woo!
I can give you some time to create something, unless you want to go off the fly.
Wait, what?
This one's a bit more intense. You have to come up with an actual act. With
You know,
music.
When Lady Gaga jumped into the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
I want that.
You do have 10 extra people and a bunch of costumes. So you can decide what those 10 other people do.
Actually, you know from the SpongeBob movie?
Yeah. Oh my
You're
God.
gonna do the
I'm a
final
goofy
countdown.
goober, rock, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do, alright, you're gonna do the final countdown.
Okay.
Luckily, all 10 of these people can play musical instruments, so yeah, it's gonna work.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Oh my God. I'm a goofy goober,
Hey,
rock.
I'm a goofy goofer.
Oh, yeah.
so-
Alpha Josh, if you want to, I want you to guess what happened in the session. Just do the title suggestions.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna
Go.
ask you to roll performance checks, and then for your final act, I want you to make a general charisma. So this first charisma is for your costumes.
So this is a performance for my costume?
No, just a straight up charisma for your costumes. That makes some
Alright.
sense. Just a flat
Charisma?
charisma. Alrighty, 14. I have to roll their costumes. They're going to do a play about Cleopatra. And their costumes suck, apparently.
Grace is too powerful. We need to stop her.
Some sort of talent show you
Yeah.
Yes.
Grace is in a talent show. Yeah.
Bruh, this is only in a fantasy world do I have talent.
Roll for some dialogue as you explain to people what happens and some of the quotes you say. Just another charisma check.
I explained the entire plot of the SpongeBob movie real quick.
Yeah, how good are your words to express what's happening? Roll
Okay.
me another charisma.
Aw.
Fucking hell, this guy, he has, oh my god. He has a plus 10. He has a plus 8, sorry. He's fucking up. And finally, just roll me one good per performance check.
Alright.
As people are like, yeah, this is a celebration. Why are you giving me freaking Shakespeare, you douchebag? Romeo and Juliet sucks.
Did I get it?
Shakespeare's overrated.
Show me some tits. Jeez.
What happened to the last one?
As the performance ends and curtain closes and reopens to see you and your competitor. She was a human. She looks roughly 65 years old. She tells you she's been writing plays for years, and doing and the slam poetry dude was one of her students.
Oh.
And after the votes were tallied up, I think it's a clear and obvious winner, Damien, with your 14, 11, and 22 for dialogue, costume, and performance. You claim victory in the talent show. You win. You also win 150 gold, 2 tickets to the theater. You can use them for any theater plays as long as you use the 2. And
What was it? You said the 65-year-old was a theater teacher?
indeed, and after your stellar victory, she offers you to become one of her students at the Bard School here in Creek, in which she said she can help improve your bardic skills.
I'm like, God.
And
No,
she
sorry,
said
no,
she would
I don't
give you,
say that.
because of your stellar victory, half off tuition.
Oh, okay, that's cool. Well, like, yeah, like, why
Free
not?
college.
Free college, dude.
Half discounted college, yeah.
half, half off
Oh,
college.
I do. Well, like, she does plays. I wanna
She's-
be in one of her plays or something.
Yeah,
That would be
she's
next
like,
year.
the Bardic School here in Creek does more than just plays. She's just one of the professors there. And she can
Oh,
get you half
cute.
discount there. So there's a bunch of stuff. You can make, your erotic dancing an art form, which it already is
Oh, God.
apparently. You can get your music to improve. And
Can
they
I
can...
do? Ooh, I want to be a burlesque dancer.
Oh, God.
Stripping.
But yeah,
Stick to what you're good at, you know?
yeah. You got to get that money somehow.
Exactly. I'll
Uh,
make her income.
Yeah.
My titties.
So I'm sitting there, barbecue sauce in my titties.
This is what men like, right? Sure. So, yeah, you made 150 gold, plus the 10 the man threw at you for the erotic dance. Grace has probably made the most money you've ever seen.
I know, she spent the most money of everyone here. When on the first
I don't.
session, she I saw her run.
The money I've made in this episode alone, I don't even know, like, because I don't have my old stuff. I have so much. I don't know what to do with it.
As you guys enjoy the festivities, Tobias, you can go get drunk with Stinky. And Jerry, apparently is his name, thanks to you.
You're welcome.
You can go get drunk with them.
Hey, obviously.
Jan's having some wholesome moments with Maya as you guys are laughing and enjoying the
New
night.
best friend.
New best friend. And Damien, all these art interns are like, oh my gosh, you're so great.
I'm already in the slave Leia costume.
Only the best can make it, girls and boys. These hips don't lie.
These you gotta sell your body for money in order to get it. It's like
All these kids are just taking notes. Sell your body to make it. I like it.
Wait till after puberty, though. It's a little weird now.
Yeah, it's illegal now.
Asterisk. Wait till puberty. Gotcha. As you guys enjoy the night, Saraline comes out occasionally to wave at the crowd. She throws some money out to her workers as they continue to celebrate throughout the night as she enjoys a stellar victory over her rivals thanks to you guys. And that's where we will end the episode. 2 hours. 2 hours and 15 minutes. I didn't know this was going to stretch for so long, but congratulations, guys. Welcome
Very
back.
good.
The Pyre campaign is here. As you guys made it back, murdered 2 dudes,
Yeah.
got some character
yeah,
lore, got
figures.
got your things back. Congratulations.